Good morning, good afternoon, sahabat IPA Bio. Yeah. So today we have two guests from Thailand, Dr. Amon,
Hello.
welcome,
Welcome.
and Dr. Ratapong.
Yes.
Yeah, welcome.
Thank
And
you.
we will have a discussion, a very brief discussion about coffee, the research that Dr. Ratapong and Dr. Among is doing in Maifa Luang University there. Okay, so Doctor, can you introduce your research?
Okay. Yeah, sure. Okay, so nice to meet you and welcome. I'm very welcome here. So cool. So I'm Dr. Amon Owat Waragit, head of a coffee research group. So basically, my expertise involved in the molecular biology. So we have two directions to work on the coffee. One is we're using the DNA, how to identify using the DNA, identify the coffee, because in Thai coffee they have some mixing. Sometimes they need to know what the cultivar or varieties of coffee they have in the farm, and also sometimes they want to go scale up maybe from the specialty coffee. They don't know exactly yet about the coffee they in the growing the farm. So here we use to find out the SNP, to look
I
at the
see,
genomes of the coffee, to find out the unique sequence between Arabica coffee. But I think it takes time. But now we have some sequence to sequence and identify some SNP in the coffee, some variety, and using technique we call qPCR technique to identify the heterozygote and homozygote to see how do the difference. So this is one project we have been developed the technique to identify the genes.
I see.
And yes, and another one we also looking at from microbiomes in the soil, because as we know about the nutrition in the soil are very important for the coffee quality and production. So the idea is to try to put more fertilizer. Sometimes the coffee tree cannot absorb directly. Then you need some microbes to be digest, to be make more soluble, and then the plant can be absorbed easily. So we try to identify, compare between two sides of the coffee based on organic plantation and chemical plantation. So we do see the different profile of the microbe, particularly in phosphate soluble bacteria can be very made important, because we put phosphate in the plantation, they can't dissolve, but some bacteria in the soil can be get more dilute and they dissolve the coffee, and then dissolve the log phosphate, and the plant can be absorbed easily to get more this one. So that's why we also looking at this the microbes, how we can promote and also can be enhance the productivity in the coffee plantation
Oh,
at the
okay.
moment.
Really interesting. And we can continue to Dr.
Ratapong.
Yes, for sure.
first, okay, before we discuss about in more detail. So
Yes.
what do you do in coffee research?
I'm starting with the survey of the chemical profile of coffee in the northern part of Thailand. Yes, to find the unique characteristic and then correlate with the cup qualities by using. Normally, we have to correlate by using some mathematical models, and me and my coworker also try to use a new technique by using the machine learning to find the correlation between the chemical profile and the cup profile. And we also have some project that related with the development of the coffee processing, especially for the drying process, since the farmer also faced with some a lot of raining during the coffee processing. So then that point they cannot dry the coffee perfectly, since they also affect of the cup qualities. Yes, so then we try to develop the drying technique by using the control room, by reduce the what is called the humidity reduce the humidity and using the low temperature to preserve the qualities. And then after drying, we're trying to see the qualities of the coffee by using the scientific equipment and as well testing by the cupping method. Yes, this is my project now.
Oh, well, really interesting. So, what have you found so far, and how does that translate into application in the society for the farmers? You say that you are developing a technique to identify whether a coffee is really what it is. It's not being adulterated.
Yeah, I think so from we try to, at least from the technique, we can collect, and if they have some question about varieties coffee, they can send a sample to us without any chart, because we try to skin and to prove and validate the technique as well. And then sometimes if we get the sample, we do the PCR, and also we can recheck a sequencing again to make sure that one. So that at the moment we just like a hub of service to the farmer can be sent sample to us, and then we can identify.
So how many grams or how many cherries do you need to sample to for a farmer? Say if I'm a farmer, please identify what variety my coffee is. How much do I bring to
you?
You?
It's quite simple, because you just take a shoot, young leaf shoot, just one or two. Just put in a plastic bag and put some water and put on ice.
So not the cherries, but
no, not cherries,
shoots.
because the cherry they have more polyphenol.
I see.
Very difficult to extract the DNA. But I think the yield a good one from the shoot of the leaf, young shoot leaf, just one or two leaves, quite easy. But the key idea is when you collect the leaves, you need to put some water in a tissue paper and put the leaf on, and you lap it and put on ice. Not freezing, just on ice. We keep the DNA still there, because if you put any no water, they may get straight, they get brown, and polyphenol can be damaged. The DNA, something like
so,
this.
Currently, how many varieties have you identified that exist there?
So that at the moment we're doing on Typica, Cardamom, Geisha, Bourbon, red bourbon and yellow bourbon, Cartouche, this one. But somehow all of them may be mixing. So we have to use, at the moment we can identify only Typica, Cardamom and Geisha. So for three of this one, yes.
I see. So from different regions, you have different coffee varieties. Have you mapped into different regions?
Not yet, because in north part of Thailand, I think they have 2 generation or 3 generation, because in the past they grow without any knowledge. I mean, without no knowledge about what kind of varieties, and then they produce by their own for sale, from make a seedling at their home, and then they produce later. But now I think we try to looking at from the true breeding, because they get more money. Yeah, because if you can say, if you know this cultivar can be belong to Geisha, Typica, you might get like an origin of, I think you can say the coffee, this one come from, and you can know the taste may be consistent, and you can get more money from this one. Though that's why they come up with why we need to get this a variety
so they now know that they come to you. So they're like, please identify my variety.
Yes. But I think this one is undergrowing. But I mean, if we can settle 100%, we can open for the farmer.
Yes. Oh, really interesting. And then you mentioned about the microbe. So using microbes to help the growth of the plant, coffee. How is it progressing now? So people have used the product?
Yeah, I think in the beginning we try to isolate the microbes from the soil, but mainly they come up with the pathogens. Because it's very good, but they come up with the pathogens strain. So that's why I think about other ways. We try to produce some nutrition liquid one, to put back in the soil, and then try to promote some of bacteria in the soil can be make more nutrition and more nitrogen fixation and so on. So this is another project we have to think about this one, because in the beginning we can isolate but good bacteria, but if you put it back, maybe sometimes have some problem. I don't know what's happened. So just make sure that maybe if you can produce the microbe like inoculum put in the soil, maybe take more money. We look other way around to think about if we can do like a buffer, put some more trace amount of the buffer here, put back in the soil, and then they can promote. The bacteria can be grow a little bit more, and they can make some nutrition to support the coffee tree, maybe more production.
Interesting. But the farmers are happy for with that.
Yes.
So you have seen good results from that.
Yeah, I think I did try in the seedling. They compare it's very different.
Seedlings.
For the seedling from 8 months year old, 8 months from plant, and then we compare between without and with microbe and with nutrition. They can show a different significant. And then we think about if we can go in the farm, we can test with the coffee tree as well.
Well, it would be interesting to see whether that also results in different profiles.
Maybe. Also, they have some report about microbe can be interact with the chemical profile.
Okay. Yes. So, can you tell me about that?
Actually, in the coffee market nowadays, they also being hype about the unique flavor. So then they're trying to use the different microbe during the processing, during fermentation, to create some unique characteristic of the coffees. Yes, nowadays maybe use like the commercial yeast in wine industry during the fermentation to create the profile, especially in Thailand. Yes, nowadays the farmer in Thai also interested in developing both fermentation technique and drying technique to create their own characteristic. And as well, every year in the coffee fest in Thailand, they also have some competition that the farmer send the coffee and get the cupping score, and then they could do the auction. Yes, that is why they try to develop the quality of the products.
Okay, nice. So you use microbes to improve the quality of coffee.
Yes.
And collaborating with farmers, and
for sure.
So now they have technology at hand.
Right.
So how is the improvement? I mean, using traditional method and also using microbiology to improve the quality of the coffee. Is it very far different?
Yes. They said that the cupping score may be like 5 to 7 score higher by developing the technique, just only the fermentation. But yes, like Dr. Amon mentioned, the quality of the coffee also related with like different section from the farm, the process, and as well, yes, a part of the roasting. Yes, so then that's why.
So you have different coffees growing in Thailand.
Yes.
Robusta.
Yes, Robusta.
You also have Arabica there.
Yes.
Do you also treat Robusta with fermentation?
Yes,
to improve it, it becomes more of specialty.
I think we have some farmer.
They're trying to develop by using the new technique, by using the fermentation as well. In Thai, we also call as the fine Robusta.
Fine Robusta.
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
and that sells higher.
They get quite unique.
Yeah,
unique.
Unique.
Robusta, a little bit more acid.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because they I think as we talk with them, they do not use micro, but they do like a double fermentation.
Fermentation.
They put in a bags and for 2 or 3 days and then dry it. So normally the Robusta is quite thin from skin or pulp.
Yeah.
More skin and for thin. It's not normally they're getting drying
directly.
Yes.
After picking.
So farmers use still common knowledge to do that, but with the university doing the research, so you also train the science behind that to the farmers, or how does it go in your setting in the university with the farmers? Do you go to the field and then you do sort of a crash course, or you invite the farmers to the university in the lab? So tell me about
Okay,
the
so
activities
I
there.
think for my part, I think not only we have created many courses, and
Courses,
many courses. I think Dr. Ratwan will talk about the courses, but I think for me, I do some projects to recruit the farmer who want to improve a coffee quality. So I think we have success from a couple of years ago. We have some project from the government to training a coffee farmer to be a trainer. So we got 11 farmer
So training
come
farmers
along.
to become trainers.
Come along with us and training about how you can pick the coffee, how you can do the process, how you can dry, and you can see the difference. So just example, if they can, I just show them about one. If you dry coffee under shade and direct the sun, you can see the tastes are different and quality are different as well.
Interesting.
And this one also we can bring them to Laos and another industry to see another angle about get more experience how to make a good coffee.
Oh, so you also bring the farmers
Yes,
to
yes.
other countries?
Yeah, Laos and private sector to see the process, because sometimes they don't know. Because if they have some idea how you can process the coffee, you can know the standard process. Then you can create, and you can think about if you want to make a good coffee, how you can be. So,
Okay.
yeah, for the course, I think I passed to Ajahn Latapon.
Yeah, so you've been to different countries, watching different processes. Can you comment on that, the differences, similarities between, I don't know, in Indonesia, you've also visited coffee
Yes.
plantations here, and comparing that to Thailand and Laos or other countries.
In case of processing, yes. In case of Indonesia, is quite specific.
Oh, I
Especially
see.
in Sumatra, they also have the specific process that called as the wet hull. The farmer mentioned that in that area the humidity is quite high. Sometimes they have to hulling at higher moisture content around 40%, but the common process we have to hull or remove the parchment around moisture content around 15%. So then the wet hull process also create the like the unique characteristic with another different process. Yes, for Thai and Lao, they also sharing the same knowledge. So then that why, this is interesting that the thing that I found when visiting in Indonesia.
I see. So, but you mentioned that you were in other places here in Bandung, if I'm
In Bandung,
mistaken,
yes.
before, yeah. So, did you visited the processing there, or?
Yes, we also
Yes.
have a chance to visit the coffee company in Bandung.
I see.
They also have the expert in agroforestry. So then also this kind of coffee plantation also different from Thailand. So they try to grow coffee under the shade in the forest by do not disturb the local forest. This is a good idea for another farmer in Thailand as well.
I see. Well, really nice to hear the story of coffee from Thailand. I guess that concludes our discussion about coffee. Yep. Do you have any final comments or wishes that you want
Yes,
to?
I think for me, I think for the coffee production so far, as we have been in many countries for produce coffee. So I went to Yunnan, Laos, Indonesia, and Myanmar. So I think the key idea is as we think about how we can help the farmer.
Help farmers.
And then I think the one thing is you need to transfer the idea and knowledge to improve the coffee quality, because now the coffee is quite demand in the all world market. That means if you can make a good coffee, and the benefit this one can go back to the farmer to get have the more energy to produce good coffee. And sometimes for the coffee, if you grow a coffee, you make good coffee, and also this one like a sustainable to protect your environment as well.
Yes,
I think maybe it's a good idea to get a balance between the coffee production and I mean from the environment together and maybe get more sustainable.
Yes,
Yes.
yeah. The environment is also
Yeah.
of concern because, as we know, probably the coffee plantation globally is declining also.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And Dr. Ratapong, do you have
Yes,
any
we also have the
final
this-
comments?
Yeah, the same idea with Dr. Amon, since the environment is very important nowadays, since the global warming also affect directly to the coffee industry. So yeah, how to we have the balance between the coffee production and as well to preserve the nature. Yes.
Okay, thank you very much for your coming to our department here. Sahabat Ibabio, please send our greatest gratitude for Dr. Among and Dr. Ratapong.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye.